All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Houston Texans. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Jakeem Grant now to return. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Tight. Black 99 Philly, here we go. Check.
He's going to air it out right away. And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first play, tried to start it out with a bang, but it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on second and 10.
We got three, fellas.
Watch you now, Barney.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here.
Here they come. Hot.
It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Nice play right there, stopping behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah,
try that to the other side, not this side.
Better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, nothing but room to run.
Right.
Detroit!
Hey, boys, we got four down.
Yard line. Able to pick up a dozen yards there on the scramble, but not enough.
Yes, sir.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. On fourth down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Look at this. This is a good one.
Tight end right. Three down.
Set. Black 22.
Good job, D. Good job.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Double tight.
Tiger.
3 down.
Come back.
Dixon, and he'll be
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Blitz.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move loud.
Tiger.
Open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that.
Come back.
55's mine, guys. 55. Rabbit.
Over the middle.
Bingo.
Right around the 37. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
That's what I'm talking about. All day and every day.
You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Come back, come back. Tiger, tiger, tiger. Down. Black 22. Black 22.
Mike 5-5.
Come back, come back.
Mike 5-5.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is...
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept on. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. So now here come the Dolphins. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
Gun, 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 gun.
Hey, we got 3 downs.
He'll rifle this one deep right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play there for Miami. 42 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing.
Hey, we
Gun,
Escaping the pressure right. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Watch him now, Barney, Barney.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hey, guys, check me out.
Lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
That's it, baby. That's it.
And now third down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it,
Gun!
he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Here we go.
It's complete to Graham. And all the way in for the touchdown.
Let's go. Come on.
Lead. Another good start to this one after the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3,
Black, no,
second
feel
and
it.
manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football.
Nice job to break the one tackle without much daylight after that as he's brought down. In on the stop defensively, Raekwon
Run to the
McMillan.
ball. Fly to the ball. Run.
You know, the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the
don't
eye
want no
discipline
problems.
to be an elite
You don't want no
linebacker.
problems
What
with
that
me.
means is his ability to read,
Come back, come back.
make a play.
Trying to force it to Hopkins.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
McMillan. And they have
They're
the
coming.
football
They're
and will
coming.
set up shop at the 33-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up
put him on the
man-to-man?
bus.
Head on a swivel. And excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Last
It's a
stop.
7-yard carry to
Last
set them up
stop.
with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, after last week we went over 200 yards. Looks like the hot tub, cold tub, whatever he did, it worked pretty well.
Much chatter about that performance. Rightfully so. AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Watch tight, watch tight. Tight end right, tight end right.
Four down.
Shoots away to the sideline.
Hot,
and it's
hot,
caught.
hot.
Boy, he's out of bounds. And they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong. He's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work out a little bit more.
So the incomplete pass on
Watch
the
tight
last
end.
play, and that
Watch
leads
tight end.
us
Tight
to
end's right.
a 3rd and
Detroit!
3.
Detroit! Hey, 4 down. Hey, watch the edge, watch the edge. Alert flow.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with
Okay,
a pick.
folks, we got
And
four.
his
We
guys
got
are gonna
four.
get the
Let's go,
football
fellas.
at
We got 4 down. Let's go.
23-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Tight right, tight Come back. Down. Ooh, hey. 4 down.
Looking deep downfield. And got his man complete. Give him 30 yards there.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They
Tight
did
end to
it
the right,
well
boy.
there.
Tight end to the
Perfectly
right.
executed crossing route. Nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Run.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
That's where you belong.
Yeah, I think the blitz there really disrupted the draw.
Double
Yeah,
tight,
and
guys,
it's
double tight.
usually when you catch them in a blitz, the draw works pretty well.
4 down. Watch 10.
Because that's supposed to work in a big way.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now.
Run.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive.
Tiger.
4 down.
Come back.
Eluding the pressure. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the
Green,
wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with,
What we
they
got?
know
What we
that
got?
stat,
What we got?
and it drives them crazy because they
Tiger.
understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they
And he'll go down back at the 26-yard line.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays.
Tiger.
Field goal, they're kind of giving up points.
Hey,
But
Tiger.
territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means
Tiger.
more blitzing.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. The return man is Grant. And he's out of bounds on the return on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gotw. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff. And they've got it here with a first down.
Gun!
First and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Oh, yeah!
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half.
Leopard!
Check! Fresno!
To the 38-yard line.
Watch Mike! Outside coming!
The blocking assignments, it doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
This thing ain't over yet! This thing ain't over!
The Dolphins on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Watch the slants.
Gun! Watch him now, Barney!
And he's going to go down.
Sack lunch,
The
baby!
Texans
Yum,
come
yum,
at
yum,
him
yum, yum.
and able to bring him to the ground. And I guess, partner, you call that a coverage sack.
Oh, without a doubt, because hey, get rid of the football. You had too much time in the pocket. But he's scanning the field, nowhere to go, and that allowed the pressure to ultimately get to him.
And now out comes Houston. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
Watson will bring up the Texans
Hey, boys,
here
we got
first
four
and 10
down.
Hey,
at their
Black
own
22.
14-yard line.
Black 22!
I'm gonna run you over!
And here, complete to the tight end. 15 yards on the
Certainly one way
Richmond!
get it out of your hands quickly.
Hey, we
Get
got
it to
tight
the
left.
big
Watch tight
fella.
end. Watch tight end.
Effective,
Key
saw
him.
the pressure,
Key the
got
tight
rid
end.
of it, and the completion
Come back!
ensued.
Richmond!
We got 4. Crash!
And they've got it well across midfield.
Easy work.
Down to the
It's easy
40
work, and it's
before
coming
all
again.
said and done. That one goes for 36 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Mike, 55. Right there. I got one. Check three.
That's Fuller. And brought down,
Blitz,
but not
blitz.
before they're inside the 25.
Come back!
17 more yards
Yeah,
on that
baby.
one as they keep the drive rolling. Watson now hitting on 80%.
Eat.
He's going to flip one out here to his right.
Watch the curl.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards
Lay
and
down.
another first.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to the runner,
Blue 80.
out in the flat,
Blue
let
80.
them have a chance to make
Reset.
people miss an open field.
gets them closer to the goal line with second down coming up.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready
on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Quickly
Three down.
Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're
Reset.
doing play action,
That is Hopkins for the Texans touchdown.
Hot.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Blitz!
His 17th touchdown now on the season.
Yeah!
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Tight end right. 4 down.
And he'll be hit as he releases it.
Yeah,
and that'll
baby.
fall incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the
Leopard!
and the
Leopard!
pass rush. They've been able to get home.
Strong right!
And they're
Strong-
taking
No. Check. Patriot!
You put it to
Hey, check
And
24.
he'll go
Watch
down
24.
right at the 30-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney there
Option.
on the stop.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to
Let's go.
accomplish what
Come on,
they did to get them into a
run to the
manageable
ball.
third down because they had the incompletion on first down, so they were behind the
Leopard!
sticks, so to
Leopard!
speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
That's complete.
They gonna need some therapy after this.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss
Blitz!
of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Hot.
Really good defensive effort. They were
Hot.
all over that line.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Better execution and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And now out comes Houston. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, 'cause
Hey,
the
we
secondary, they
got
really
4.
look
We got 4
clueless.
down. 4 down.
And that was amazing because that drive went.
I'm coming
and
for you,
went.
26. 36.
Penalty flag on the field. Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run
Hey,
anyway, so
hey.
they'll decline that.
We
It's
got
almost
4.
a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty.
Tight left.
Tiger!
4 down.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll
Double
your
tight,
eyes,
guys,
and
double tight.
rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say.
Hey,
Doesn't
4
the
down. Crash.
defender.
Crash down. Crash.
That's because you spent too much time with me.
Oh, boy, I know you
I'll
felt
side with
that
you
one.
on this one. This is
I
a
know
correct
you
call.
felt that one.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept
Come
extra
back, come
DBs
back.
on the field despite
Double
seeing
tight,
the multiple
double
tight
tight.
end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch.
4 down. 4 down.
Well, in any event, the extra speed Allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage. Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The
Tight as
Texans
Ringo.
on
Tight
third
as on
down.
the Ringo. Tight
They've
as
been
on the
okay,
Ringo.
2 for 3 thus
Four
far.
down.
And he can't bring it in.
Hot, hot, hot,
Incomplete.
hot,
He
hot,
dropped
hot.
it on the crossing route. 4th down now.
Blitz!
But he's certainly
Blitz!
not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic, and to haul that one in.
Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Leopard! Leopard!
Check 27. Eyes on 27. 3.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Shift.
And he's going to be taken down here
Because
at
of this.
about the 10.
Ah,
A
come
gain
on now.
of 3, 2nd down.
Run! Your trip ends here, baby. Your trip ends here.
Break!
Tight left. Three down.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout.
Break!
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. 4 down.
Underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Break!
Tight end left.
Black 99 Philly, here we go!
Big Dad.
Detroit! Gun!
To his right. Now he's going to send this one deep. He's got a man, complete. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A big play there for the Dolphins. 53 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way
Double
down
tight.
inside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
We got 3. Crash.
Here for a
Leopard!
gain.
Leopard!
The tackle that time by Zach.
Gun!
The Dolphins moving with a sense of urgency here. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him
Hey.
Take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. David Johnson with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Sanders now to add the extra point. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is
tight
punting
end's
the
right.
football.
Watch tight end.
Reset, reset,
Look at
reset.
how teams play
Six guys! Check six guys!
take care of my offense. Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's
Reset,
time for the
reset,
offense
reset.
to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a
Rhino,
little bit of
Rhino,
rest.
Get him, boy!
And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Now, before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one.
Come back, come back.
Watch tight. Tight end right, tight end right.
Tiger, tiger, tiger. Red, blue 80. Blue 80.
Watson. Watson lost it, but I think the Texan player was able to get his hands on it, and they will indeed hold on to the ball and the possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though,
Richmond.
come up with the ball.
Red, blue 80. Blue 80.
Going top. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. This one, and this is a rocket. This is taken to about the 14. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Gun!
With the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this
We got four.
situation, that's
We
the
got four.
proper play.
We got three.
Able to
Three
break
down.
one
Three down.
tackle, but
Hey,
then
fellas, we got
quickly
three. Let's
brought
go.
down, but a nice little gain. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Heading out as the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change
Two
anything
jet!
on this
Two
opening
jet!
drive?
Not offensively, you
Stand
don't.
up
You
in.
got everything going your way. You like what your game plan
Kill,
showing
kill,
you.
kill.
And there
Turn
just
up.
continues
Kill,
to be
kill, turn
nowhere
up.
to run. He's bottled up again at the line
Here
of
they come, here they
scrimmage.
come, here they come. Hot, 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 hot.
Trying to run for no gain.
Come
Now
back,
they'll
come
try
back.
Again from the
Okay,
25
Brady, I
on
see
second
you.
and 10.
Mike 50.
Tiger, tiger, tiger.
All day, all day.
All in all, no gain on the
I know
play.
you
and
feel
it'll
that.
bring up third.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of
Single
scrimmage.
receiver, single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Watch 30.
Being chased and fled. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken
Woo,
down.
that's what I'm talking
Well,
about.
the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called
Blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz call and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A great return there of 22 yards. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it
Tight
first
end,
and
watch
10.
tight end. Tight right, tight right. 56. Lucky 56.
Going deep here for Stills. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like
Double
I-4
tight.
rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An
Four down,
absolute
four down.
mess.
Check.
Watch 10, watch 10. Come on, watch 10, watch 10.
Here. He'll get this down only to about the 49
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up third
Come on,
and
run, run,
9.
run, run. Bring him in, bring him in. Oh, yeah. Here we go, 37's the Mike. Mike 37. Coming to you. Blitz, 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 blitz.
And he's got his big tight end over the middle.
Hot, hot, hot,
Complete.
hot, hot.
A gain
Hot, hot, hot.
of 32 that time. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme.
Tight end to the right,
so
boy,
he
tight end to
doesn't
the
get
right.
hit back
Move.
there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it down.
And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage.
Run,
Might
run,
have gotten
run.
a yard down to the 16.
I'm going to hit you
Sometimes play
all
calls boil
day,
down to
baby.
philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep
tight.
smashing
Tight end's
against
right.
them?
Watch
or do you
tight.
decide
Tight
to
end's
throw the
right.
ball here?
Hey. Four down, four down, four down.
The nimble footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further.
That's
Give him
what I'm
7
talking
on the
about.
play,
Nice
and
hit,
that's going
boy.
to bring up a third down.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game.
All right, now, lucky
including the
56.
back
Lucky
sneaking out of the
56.
backfield. Not quite as
Hey,
bad
hey,
as
we
a
got
turkey
three down,
bowl
three down.
where you have that center element stuff.
Johnson. And running room hard to come by here.
We
He
got
gets it
four.
down
We
to
got
the
four
8.
down, four
He
down.
needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown. With the football.
The kick by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins have come back now to regain the lead. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Texans set to come onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how
Double
in
tight, guys,
baseball,
double
when the
tight.
pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket
Hot,
out to him to keep
hot,
him warm.
5 down.
A lot
Hey,
of times
Blue
the pitcher
lady.
just out and puts
Blue
on
lady.
sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to
52's
keep
the
it
money.
warm.
Black 99
He might
feeling.
need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's
It's
getting.
just me and you. It's just me and you.
On the ground. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
Run,
Give him
and
a
run it.
couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Three
I
down,
think a major
three down.
focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Come back, come
Well,
back.
you pointed out to me at half, seems accurate. That line has struggled to
Hey, hey,
sustain
Hey,
blocks.
green the line. Green.
Make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip
They're
something
coming.
on the second
They're
level.
coming.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yards before they drop inside the 40.
Not up in here, brother. Don't
And that one results in 35 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Open,
Watch the
complete.
slant. Watch the
And he'll
slant.
work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give
They
him
don't
9
want
there
it,
on the
fellas.
first down
They
completion.
don't want it. Keep playing the
That
hard
last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd
Let's
and
get
1.
it.
Set. Green the line. Green the line.
Watch that, watch that, watch that. Hot.
Inside the
Hot.
5.
Hot.
They'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
That's it, baby.
Deion touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans are in for 6. Now the try here for the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes Grant on the return. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get
tight.
them. Not
Double
easily
tight.
done.
3 down.
Here we go now.
You got him.
Losing
You got
yardage
him.
back at the
You
22.
got him.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Gun, 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 gun.
Crash.
And that is incomplete.
Watch Mike.
He
Watch
tried to
Mike.
find Marvin
Outside's
Jones
coming.
that time.
Outside's coming.
That takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. A little too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
He really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, lacking much success.
Man,
Just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12.
Hey, 4 down.
And this is going to be incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys would like to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And now out comes Houston. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Watson will bring up the Texans here first
Two
and
jet!
10
Two jet!
at their own 15. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Good luck trying to get your running game going against Ndamukong Suh.
Come back, come
He
back.
is so strong.
Double
Just
tight.
trying to move him, take 1 guy, 2 guys,
Hey,
whatever.
we got 3,
I
we got
wish you a
3.
whole
3
lot
down,
of
3
luck.
down.
The throw is Watson, and his throw here is incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
The Texans on 3rd
Tiger,
down.
Tiger, Tiger.
They've converted just 2 for 6 thus
Right,
far.
right.
This is 3rd and 11.
Tiger, Tiger, Tiger.
Throw. Towards the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Come back, come back.
Watson now.
Richmond, Richmond.
5 straight completions here in this 2nd
3 down,
half.
3
1st
down.
and 10.
Hey. Check 99.
He's gonna get
Check
him over the
99.
40 to the 42.
Come back, back, come back.
On the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Run.
Get him rolling on the ground in the
Come
first
back, come
half,
back.
and that's sort of
And I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially.
And he's in.
We touchdown in your
Houston.
city. That's it.
Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes.
Touchdown,
now in the
baby.
ball
Let's
game.
go.
And the
Let's
Texans
go.
will extend their lead.
It's quite a performance, and most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The return man is Grant. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And out come the Dolphins now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general
Strong
rule.
right.
What
Strong
they're
right.
looking for
Strong
now
right.
is
No.
a little more
Check.
consistency.
Patriot.
At least a few times
Foot
on
down.
offense.
Check.
Get the
52.
That's what they're looking for here. Side open is Gesicki. So he got
That's
3
it,
in one
baby.
tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands.
Gun.
Blitz. Johnson. And he'll get it out
Hot,
here
hot, hot,
to
hot.
40 to the 39. 8 yards
That's
on the
it,
pickup
baby.
there,
That's
and it moves
it.
the sticks.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back.
Watch it
This
now,
position
Barney,
just continues to evolve.
Tight
They
end right,
become just
tight
as
end right.
critical to the passing attack as a lot of
Alert.
receivers. Can really generate big plays for an offense.
Get there.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Woo,
Nice job by that
yeah,
defensive front
baby.
there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Not today, you aren't. Not today. You got tight. You got tight out there.
And now running right through it. And he'll be out
Blitz!
just a yard or 2
Blitz!
shy of the 30. A big run there. 20
run!
yards and a first.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky.
First down. Flushed out right. Oh, hit as he throws
Yeah, baby.
there.
Boom.
Incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Bandit. Watch the slap. Watch the slap.
And he'll be brought
Watch the
down
slap.
at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Give him
Run.
10 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd
Ah,
down
that's
and
it,
less than a
baby.
yard.
That's it. That's it. Big hit. Left coming.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky.
Complete, Bernard. And he gets
You don't want
this
no
down
problem.
to the 18.
You don't want
Good
no
enough
problem
for
for
a
me.
first down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
At the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. In on the tackle, it was Duke Ejiofor.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense. Linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Check 25.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Second and 10.
Yo.
Able to get
Yo.
away. Sacked back at the 22.
Blitz.
DJ Reader in there to get him. And
Hot,
that's
hot,
sack
hot.
number
Hot,
6
hot,
for him
hot.
on the year. The Dolphins on third
All
down.
day.
They've converted
Detroit!
their
Detroit!
opportunities, 3 for 9. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Watch the pass.
Stills complete. And all the way down
Last
inside
stop.
the 5 to the 4.
Last stop.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Odd. 5 down. Watch the twist. Okay, folks, we got 4.
And
Let's go,
after
fellas. We got
getting
4 down.
tackled,
Let's go.
He's still down and looking very slow to get up. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Gun!
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins.
That's where you belong.
Mike Gesicki with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 1-score game. So now a big play here as the Dolphins will go for the 2.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football.
Come on,
and that
Lott.
deficit stays right
Come on,
where
Lott.
it is.
We better than that.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This will be taken in. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field.
Reset.
Right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot of guys here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball
Reset.
away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it.
Black 99 feeling.
Get those first downs.
Watch
Keep
twist.
possession of the football.
Going for the deep ball.
Watch twist.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Extra point right down the middle, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here comes Gotw on the return. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Dolphins' offense now heads back on the field.
Gun!
Four down. Alert.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise.
Detroit!
No one got it. Under 4 to go now as
Switch
they come
up,
up.
switch
on
up.
And the hit started loose. It's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Dolphins on third down.
Gun!
40%, 4 for 10. This is third and 10.
We got three.
He's going to go one out. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down.
Watch tight.
So trailing here in
Tight
the
end
last
right, tight
quarter.
end
Let's
right.
see how this
Four down.
He's going to float this one deep. Oh, this
Crash.
is taken in. It's complete. The 20, 10.
Blitz,
all
they
the
coming.
way in for a Miami touchdown. Kenny Stills, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins able to get this back within a...
No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And here comes the Texans now. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still
Watch tight
wide
end.
open.
Watch tight end. Tight
But
end's
you
right.
are a little
Tight
bit
end's
more
right.
careful about what
Black
you
99
call.
Philly.
You want
Hey,
plays
Black
that are
22.
gaining yardage.
Black 22. Reset.
You don't need the big shots down.
Richmond.
But make sure the clock continues to run.
55,
Pile up
Mike
the first
55.
downs. And the goal?
It's Sherman. And able to get this one across the 45
yeah!
before he's brought down. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Watson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10.
Come back.
Over.
Tiger.
Roy.
Now he's flushed out right. Going deep for him. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one.
Richmond.
35 yards.
Hey, we got 3 down. Blitz.
He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. He'll get only 2 there, and it's second and goal. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking.
Hey, guys, check me out.
Down. Green the line.
To get upfield with, not just catch.
Give it to him up the middle. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the
One
right.
of the bigger
Move.
plays in the game thus far. The
Come back, come back.
Into it. Gotw eluding the pressure right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Dolphins have got it.
Four-minute offense, and that's practice, taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning?
Tight end's
Taking care of the
right.
football.
Watch tight.
That
Tight
didn't
end's
happen.
right.
Didn't do it. A caution. And he'll
Check.
go down
Crunch.
for a
Crunch.
loss inside
Crunch.
zone 5 at the 4. They'll wind up losing 4
What's
yards.
happening? Get out of here, man. Easy
Time
work.
for a
It's
break.
easy work, and it's coming
We'll come
again.
back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Hey, watch the left. Watch the left.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Shoot.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Over, 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 over!
Alert 3.
Hot, hot!
Check 3.
It's the Honey Badgers.
Blitz.
And he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line.
Hey, let's go. Interception.
Well, we looked
all
at each
day,
other
baby.
right when
Let's
he
get
flinched.
this.
We knew that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides,
Pass,
easy
pass,
call,
pass, pass,
mark
pass,
off
pass.
the 5, and keep it moving.
They will face a 2nd and 9 now following the penalty. Oh, a crush there as it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick.
Yeah, baby.
That
Yeah,
interception
baby.
sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Watch tight end. Hey, hey, hey. We got 3. We got 3. 3 down. 3 down.
Red, green, the line! Green, the line!
Check. 55 to Mike. Check. 55
Richmond, Richmond!
to Mike. They're coming. They're coming.
And the tip there altered the ball flight,
Hot,
and it
hot,
falls
hot, hot.
incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for
Man,
it,
man,
precise, because if you're at 70% or better,
Odd,
2
odd,
weeks
odd.
in a row,
3 down. 3 down.
you have a job
Blue
as well as
80.
you want one in this
Blue
situation.
80.
I mean, let's face it, it's
No,
not
no,
just
check
West
that,
Coast
check that. We got
offense
Mike
either.
52
He's
right
putting
here.
the ball
Mike
downfield
52.
as well.
Come back, come back!
Can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position,
Strong
a
right,
real
strong
threat.
right,
This is
strong
3rd and
right.
long.
Richmond, Richmond!
Hey, boys, we got 4. 4 down.
Tiger, Tiger, Tiger!
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Watch the
They'll
curl.
get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. And this kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor,
Leopard!
but it's not a huge
Leopard!
factor right now, is it?
It's
Tight end
really
right,
not,
tight end
because
right.
this amount of time gives them a
We
chance
got
to...
4.
And this is what they worked on all week. especially on a Friday.
Leopard!
They go into
Leopard!
this type of a situation, late game situation.
Detroit!
What are we going to
Detroit!
do when we have the opportunity? They've called.
You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby.
Flush to his right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the
He
ball
wasn't
loose
ready.
and brings
He
up
wasn't
second
ready.
down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
Well, to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away, but you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Leopard!
From the
Leopard!
36 on 2nd and 10.
Tightest ring.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Four down. Check, check.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation.
Three down.
That's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in
Season of
December.
giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake,
Yeah,
after the
baby,
game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Double
Ball
tight.
up to the
Double
35
tight.
now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Odd. 5 down.
Down. Green the line. Green the
Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll.
Double tight. Odd. 5 down.
Set. Blue 80.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Odd. 5 down. Stand up
to
in.
close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for Houston, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Miami, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll try again next week at home against New England. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gotw. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.